Right, here's a little bit of a different Celtic news video this morning. I'm in a different location. It sounds like I'm in a box, but I'm not. The big news this morning is that Rio Hatate looks like he's going to sign a new contract with Celtic. I will have the studio back tomorrow, so don't worry. It looks like Rio Hatate has gone into talks with Celtic last week. The player that moved to Celtic in January 2022 obviously made a fantastic start to his Celtic career. He scored against the Hearts and then he scored a double against the Rangers. He wanted to postpone talks during the summer. There was interest from Saudi Arabia and there was interest from France. He wanted to put talks with Celtic on hold until the transfer window has closed. The first opportunity is open transfer talks again. Open talks with an extended contract with Celtic was obviously during the international break. The international break has happened and those talks have started. That is fantastic news for Celtic fans because, let's face it, is one of the most important players for us. Leila Bada recently signed a new contract, so did Callum McGregor, Kyogo Furuhashi. Getting Hatate onto that new deal. Dyson Myra followed him also. I think it would be fantastic for Celtic. And if any bids do come in for the player, it makes sure that we will get maximum profit for him. And let's face it, we're going to make an absolutely crazy amount of money from selling Rio Hatate in the future because we paid under £1 million for the player. In other Celtic news this morning, Chris Sutton has been talking about Celtic. Let me just click on this. He believes that Celtic can qualify. That's a bit outrageous, Chris. But then we'll have to believe that Celtic can qualify from this group. Despite the injuries, he said, and the underwhelming transfer window. Chris is going to say that it was an underwhelming window, but he believes that this Celtic team, even though we have the injuries to Carter Vickers at the start of the Champions League campaign, they will be able to do something, and he reckons that they still can finish second. What do you think? Do you think that we will finish second? The fact is, today we played Dundee. We need to get this game out of the way. We need to make sure that we put in a good performance for the fans at home, because let's face it, the last time that we played at home, the fans were underwhelmed, just like the transfer window. They started saying that, look, it's just Brendan Rodgers playing this side-to-side football again, and it's football that we don't want. And when the team went out against the Rangers at Ibrox, and it was the same team, there was size all around the place. There was size in the pub, definitely beside us, and it was a case of, is he kidding us on? Why hasn't he made changes to the team? The team that drew a blank against St Johnstone did the deeds. They definitely did the deed against Rangers, and I think it'll be a similar game this afternoon. On the live last night, if you missed the live, I did go for a 2-0 prediction. I've only got the predictions right once this season. There were some completely outrageous people was going to say that we're going to win 5-0, but that was just not a chance. I can't see us having a high-scoring game this weekend. Maybe in a couple of weeks, once there's a bit sort of fluidity to the team and the way that we're playing, yes, perhaps. But getting back to Chris Sutton, he said, look, he believes in Brendan Rodgers and his troops can make an impact in their section and qualify for the last 16. He knows that the Scottish champions will have their work cut out. He knows that the draw could have handed them a much tougher pairing as in recent years with the likes of PSG, Manchester City and Real Madrid last year. But Chris Sutton does go on to say, look, he says, of course there are issues in the Celtic squad. Brendan Rodgers would have wanted his best players, and at the time, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Leila Bada and Rocky are huge losses to Celtic, absolutely massive losses, and we all agree on that. He says those kind of weaknesses will be exposed at that level in the Champions League. So tell me what you think about that. Do you think that we can honestly get a result in the Champions League and qualify? Can we finish in second in the group? Or is our realistic aim to finish third? Tell me that in the comments. I hope you have a fantastic day. Make sure that you join us for the video after the game today. It will be in a better atmosphere and not in the room that I'm in just now. So on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic.